Hey guys, a new class is being added to Frostborn, and it is not what you think it is. It is called the Duelist, and I'm about to show you a picture of it and all of its abilities, and it's going to blow your mind. But it says that it's going to be a really good solo PvP type thing. And honestly, it is going to be a phenomenal team PvP thing. In fact, it might be a little bit too good. I think it's going to be a very overpowered class. They're going to have to balance it, but it should be. All right, let's see if anyone's hiding in these bushes. Nope, no one's hiding in the bushes. All right, let's see what is this day. But man, this duelist class is going to be unbelievably powerful. All right, we've got maple and iron. Maple and iron. I need to make sure I know what day I'm actually on. No. This is the... Okay. Copper and planks. Copper and planks. Alright. Looks like I'm a little low on copper. I'm going to fill this up. Well, I got some copper there. And I got some copper here. So, we're not that low on copper. We just need 2. And then we are going to come over here to the woodcutter table and grab 20 planks. Get those going. Okay, run into Giant's Forest. So the Duelist is going to be OP for a couple reasons. Or I just know that he's going to be OP because I've played a lot of games like this and I know he's going to be OP. They always are. This type of character that they're adding has the type of crowd control that is going to be unbelievably overpowered. And I don't even care because I'm so excited about it. So, okay, we need iron plates and a stone blocks. Okay, iron plates, stone blocks. So I'm going to show you the class, and I'm going to show you its skills. We don't know some information, but I can tell you that even though I don't have all the information, I can tell you that this class is going to be OP. So let's look at the class. Okay, here we go. Here's the Duelist class. So the Duelist, it says it's a specialist in one-on-one battles, and that could not be more not true. I mean, I'm sure that it might be good at one-on-one, but if they actually make it that good on one-on-one, then it's just going to be the most broken class. Is going to break the game. I'll show you why. But before I get into exactly why it's going to break the game, if they actually make it amazing at one-on-one, you know, they use heavy armor and melee weapons. So the melee is a nerf, right? Okay, range is always going to be better than melee, especially in Frostborn. Range has a lot of advantages. So that makes it not as good, but that is its only weakness. It has heavy armor, which gives it the highest resistance. Obviously, the Druid and Protector have some extra bonuses to either resistance or blocking, which is going to make it tankier, but it's about as tanky as it gets for a Frostborn character. And then it has the passive ability that when it's in the duel arena. Now, when I first saw that, I thought, there's going to be an arena, but there isn't an arena in the game. He just sets up his own little duel area, and then his damage is increased to targets within that area. So that's cool. That it means if you're in his area, he's gonna have an advantage over you, but I don't think you need to be too worried about that. And now I'm gonna go down to the duel arena where it says he creates that arena. It has sentries around the perimeter. Upon contact with the sentry, the enemy is thrown the opposite direction, and the sentry disappears. So I really love this because you can actually use this to your advantage even as the enemy, right? You're going to be able to get basically teleport. Sometimes it's not going to be good for you, right? Because you're going to, well, if you're stuck in that area and you want to get out, that could be, that's going to be an issue. But you are going to have, so let's say you're going to have this circle, right? If you're in the area, you're kind of screwed, right? You hit the thing and it knocks you the other direction. But let's say there's an opening right here and you know that, but you're on this side. Well, you can hit one of the sentries, teleport to the other side, and now you can get through that opening. More importantly, let's say there's that opening and you're fighting this guy who's a melee character and you're an archer. Well, you shoot him and then you run outside of his circle and then you come around and you hit the sentry from the outside, from my understanding, it's still going to knock you back. So now you can shoot him, hit that sentry, therefore get a free teleport, shoot him again. You can basically use his arena against him. There's other options that you can do. I'm sure that teams with the Duelist will get really good at utilizing this, except it only is enemies. So the teams, I guess, can go in and out as they please. So if you're playing against the Duelist, you need to think, how can I use this arena to my advantage? How can I get free teleports out of this arena? And if you get good at it, like, you can actually make it the Duelist's worst nightmare, because then all of a sudden a melee character's trying to hit you as a ranged character, and you're using his arena to get all these free teleports. Okay, so those are the weaknesses of the Duelist, but the reason why the Duelist is going to be OP, like just absolutely so OP, is because of the grappling hook. It says the Duelist throws a grappling hook into the chosen direction. If the hook successfully hits an enemy, the Duelist pulls them in and stuns them. Okay, so this is a blitzcrank move. There's lots of other moves. There's other characters in other games that are similar, but the most famous is blitzcrank from League of Legends. And basically, it is the best team initiate you could ever imagine. You know, if you guys watch my tips and tricks video for this game, I talk about all the different classes and the different, the ways of trying to get an initiator. You want to have a team initiator, and I talk about how the ice mage is good, and the bandit might be good, and the thrasher might be good, but really the protector is probably the best, because you go in there and you don't melt right away. This guy's gonna make all of them look like they're subpar. He is going to raise the standard for how good of an initiator is, because here's the thing: when you got your teams of, let's say, 4, you got 4 versus 4, and you're trying to get the right fight. Now, it's not as big of a deal in Frostborn, because sometimes you can wipe out a team just so fast if you get the right hand. But there are times when, even in Frostborn, where you're kind of feeling each other out. It's not as pronounced as League of Legends, but there still are times that you're kind of doing this dance. Okay, in that situation, when those things are, when y'all are kind of doing that dance and not able to initiate, if this Duelist is able to throw his hook and pull in one of the opposing enemies, even if it's a tank, it allows for your whole team to focus on that one guy. Everyone knows who to focus on. Everyone's targeting the same person, and it gives you time to focus on him that the other team can't catch up, right? And unlike League of Legends, people don't have a flash spell. You can't just flash away by having one as one of your items. If they ever do add like a flash potion, then that's going to be the counter to the Duelist. Okay, he pulls you in, you flash away, but then again, you're going to be stunned for a little bit. So I don't know if that actually is the best. But your protector, it's going to be important for your protector to make sure to try to grab the hook, right? Honestly, a protector doesn't really want to grab his hook, because he can still just get melted pretty quick. It's going to be better, especially if the protector has a dispel potion, that actually might work out. If the protector takes it, dispels once everyone's focused on him. He'll probably last through the stun, and then he hits dispel, or he can dispel through the stun, and then they've already committed to focus on him, and then they're not able to melt him, because when he uses a dispel, then the fire damage doesn't do true damage, and it makes it to where the protector can sometimes take on 4 people. Basically, they blew all their skills and they blew all their damage and didn't end up getting the kill, and then your team comes through. That would be the only way to really, but even that's risky, because there's times when protectors get melted. But it's definitely important for the protector to make sure one of the squishies doesn't get grabbed. If you've got a Pathfinder and he's trying to throw his hook at the Pathfinder, that protector needs to jump in front of the Pathfinder to make sure that he gets hooked instead of the Pathfinder. It is going to be really interesting to see the Duelist with the Archmage. because that is going to allow you to, oh my gosh, this is going to be so powerful. I mean, think about it, guys. You can go invisible. You can move around where you want to move. And they don't know where you were at. And then a good duelist can throw that hook out from being invisible and pull an archer in to his team, get melted, and they have that extra distance. You know, it's not like they could stay together. I mean, it's going to give quite some options. This class is going to really mess with the equilibrium of the game, in my opinion, because yeah, the pull skill is just so powerful. Okay, I need some maple and some iron. All right. I need more copper. Dang it, I had it. I gotta go get the copper. But I'm so excited because, yeah, it is going to, man, I really want to know. Another thing is if the duelist screws up, right, and you got this, like he throws in the duel, right, and a team, well, one thing, it can make it really powerful, right, because, oh my goodness, think about this. You got an archmage and a duelist going together. The duelist pulls the person in. If it's an archer, they just kill it, right? They just insta-kill the archer. But if it's something that they need to kill a little bit more, they need maybe a little bit more time, then he throws his arena around that person, and now his teammates can't get to him, okay? He just pulled the guy and isolated it from his team. It's going to just be so ridiculously overpowered because the team will then just be able to have as much time as they want to kill that player. Or not as much time, but the team can't get in, right? Unless maybe you have an illusionist, you could flash through. I don't know if the illusionist will be able to flash past the dummies. If it is, I love it. That's going to be so cool. All right, we need 2 of these. But if you get really good, like there's a lot of room for mistake, right? Because you throw down that duel arena. I don't know. I think allies could just move through it. But an enemy, if you land it right behind where you want it, then they can just backtrack, you know, and use it as a free teleport and help them actually get away rather than capturing them. Also, I'm really curious for a ranged character using that arena to basically, like, let's say you get right up to a sentry and you're shooting the duelist, and then he comes at you, then you just hit the thing so that you teleport past him and then shoot him again. I mean, that seems like that might really screw up his plan. So I don't know if the duelist is going to be as good at solo PvP as they advertise. I mean, they're over here saying, you know, this guy is going to is specialized in one-on-one battles. Well, he specializes in singling out a target, no doubt. But that's what's going to make him so powerful in a team context, being able to single out a target. Okay, finish that. And got all that. This is amazing. I have everything I need. Oh, I need 2 more copper bars. Or copper ores. Okay, so ultimately, this class, in my opinion, is not going to be the best at one-on-one. Honestly, I hope that it's not the best on one-on-one, because if it is, it's just going to be just too overpowered. Its skills are good for isolating people. That's going to make it really good for team PvP. You want to isolate people in team PvP. In one-on-one, you know, you isolate someone, it's like, well, who cares? Everyone's already isolated. Yes, you get the benefit of the extra damage if you're in that duel arena, which is cool. I mean, that's a cool benefit, but it sounds like if you make a balanced character, he's going to need that to win. If he doesn't use his duel arena, he's not going to, you know, have enough damage to win. And if a ranged character can use those dummies to teleport and basically make it to where it's harder for him to really stick to them, right now Frostborn does not have a good setup for melee characters to stick to people. Okay, so now we don't know the numbers, right? Like you can see here at the top, it says plus 23% heavy weapon damage, plus 28 hit points. You've got extra damage to players. These are the benefits of the Thrasher. I think we know what that passive is. Unless this is going to be like the other ones that have 2 passives, that passive ability is the extra damage when in the arena. So right now it says 30% damage to players if they have more than 50% health. The Duelist is going to, it's going to say something like plus, 30% damage while in the duel arena. When he's in this area, he's going to do that extra damage. I'm pretty sure that is going to be, up there where it says plus 30%. That's going to be that passive area. And then he's going to have 2 active skills. Like right now you can see we've got this active skill, the stunning barrier, and then you've got the leap. Those would end up being these 2, the grappling hook and the duel arena. Okay, it's possible that he could have 2 passive abilities. That is what the Archmage has, I think. Let me check. No, actually that's not true. So the Archmage still only has 1 passive ability. It's just in the form of a icon, and there's no special ability up there at the top. So I'm not exactly sure why there's that difference, but it looks like no one has 2 passive abilities. Like here's the Witch Doctor. So he has his passive ability is this, but it's an icon instead of being up there on the top. So whether or not the Duelist is going to have it as an icon, it looks like it will be an icon, kind of like those other guys, but it's still, it's not any different than like the Thrasher. Like I don't know why they decided to put the passive abilities with an icon here now, and I guess it seems like they should go back and do that with all of these other guys, right? Add an icon for plus 30% damage to players with less than 30% health. Like, add that icon in there so that they all look the same. Because right now it looks like these 4 have better skills or more skills, and that's not actually true. Their passives just have icons, and whereas all of these still have a passive ability. So I'm not 100% sure why they're doing it that way, but it's pretty safe to assume that this is going to be set up in the way that these last 4 are set up, to where it has 3 icons. But it's no different. It's no different than any of the other classes. You got a passive ability, and then they're going to have the plus hit points, plus damage, which it says he uses melee weapons. Now, does that mean he's wearing dragon armor right now? Does that mean that guy kind of looks like me? Does that mean that he's going to be using, their typical like heavy melee weapons, or are they going to add a new type of weapon in the game? What do you guys think? I'm curious. Does it mean, do you think that the Duelist is going to come with new weapons that are different, a different set of weapons that are going to be different than the ones we're used to, like the dragon sword? Or do you think he's just going to use, dragon sword, sword and shield, stuff like that? I will say this, even though you don't get the protector benefit of triple on the shield, on a team setup, it might be good for the Duelist to go sword and shield. I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. We don't know any of his numbers yet. But if he's not a high damage dealer and you really want him to be tanky, to be able to get that grappling hook in, a lot of Frostborn skills, you miss your skill and you're screwed. You got to wait 1 minute. The battle's going to be over by 1 minute. You got 1 skill per fight. I don't like that personally. I think that the devs should lower the cooldowns on all the skills, but that's just me. That's just my style. I like when skills are more interactive, and it's not like he used his skill so perfect, so wonderful, or he screwed up his skill. You've screwed up the whole battle. I don't like that, but I think it would draw out battles a little bit, where if it's like, I missed my skill. Okay, wait out. Let's see if we can make them make a bad move, and we'll wait it out because maybe we can get another skill back and try to hit that. That's what I like, but this is cool too. I mean, I like Frostborn's PvP. I have a blast with it. It's just a little bit short-lived sometimes. I've been talking a lot about this character. So to sum it up, I would say I don't think this is going to be the best one-on-one. And the reason for that is, if it is, then it's going to be way too powerful for team dynamics, because being able to isolate someone, that's what this guy's about, right? You can isolate them with the grappling hook, you can isolate them with the duel arena. That's what this guy's all about, is being able to isolate someone. Well, when you're isolating someone, that's way better for team play than it is for solo play, right? I mean, if you're already somewhat isolated, I mean, it will be hopefully helpful for the duelist to be good against archers, because he can say, oh, you're not going anywhere, you're fighting me. And if an archer's not smart, they might try to run into that duel arena and it'll teleport them right next to him and he'll just be able to wail on them. But then again, if they get smart, they might just shoot him from right next to the arena and use it as a teleport to keep him from being able to attack as fast. And they can basically beat him in his own arena, using his arena against him. So I don't know if the duel, the one-on-one is going to be his best strong point. But when it comes to team play, to be able to have so much crowd control is going to be a game changer for a team. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to grab that, to try to maybe use the Archmage or use a bush, you know? Like, this is going to be a game changer for, you know, oh, I need to scout out a bush. Well, you get too close, and he's got to throw that grappling hook from the bush. You didn't even know he's there, and all of a sudden you're in the bush with 4 guys. You're dead. This is going to make Frostborn a much more dangerous place, and I love it. So that's the Duelist for you guys. I think it's an exciting class. I'm really curious to see. I want to know y'all's opinion. What do y'all think about this class? Do y'all think this is exciting? I mean, this is something that I've been wanting in the game for a while, to have that grappling hook initiation. And what do y'all think about PvP? Do you think they're going to add more PvP? Lately, the last 3 seasons, or the first 3 seasons and the 4th season was debatable. They've been really focusing on PvE. I don't know. This class seems like they might be focusing on more PvP again. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, guys. I'll see you next time.